Claire nodded as she understood what would be the concern, with military members potentially helping something outside of the country's control. This was even more apparent with how the military wasn't able to keep the threat of the modified humans from flooding into a base that was specifically designed to protect against external threats. Thinking about the military's inability to handle the threat, Claire couldn't help but think about Star and Moon, and the company's strength, which was still a mystery. "Claire?" her mother asked. "What are you thinking about?" "Just thinking how it's surprising how a company is able to perform things that even a country's military isn't able to accomplish." Claire sighed, her mind going back to the way the shelter would keep out the modified humans, while the Adventurers Guild would train the people to be able to step back into the world. Furrowing her eyebrows, Claire's mom said, "It's exactly for that reason why the military is wary of Star and Moon. The company feels as though it's several steps ahead of everyone else, laying out the groundwork to be ready for things that would occur in the future." Her eyes looked to the side as though lost in thought, redirecting her attention to Claire. "Claire, are you sure that doing this adventuring thing is worth it?" Frowning at the idea of her youngest daughter putting herself in danger. Claire shrugged. "I don't know what else I can be doing, aside from doing this. We can't just stay inside the shelter and hope things will work out for us." Grimly smiling. "If you were to go to the guild, I feel as though you'd understand why it's necessary for people to become adventurers. Though it's not limited to just fighting monsters, there are other avenues available to getting stronger." She explained, thinking back to her idea of using the materials from monsters to make things used by adventurers. "What are you talking about?" her mother asked, looking intrigued to learn more about the guild. "It seems as though there's an energy flowing throughout the world, and the guild is helping us to harness this energy. This is what's going to allow us to stand back on the world above, and maybe push back the modified humans. The monsters we fight inside the simulation also provide resources used to build things that can give access to more resources provided by the guild." Claire started to become excited as she explained what she had seen. As she delved deeper into what was available inside the guild, her mother's eyes widened. Every now and then, she'd ask questions on areas she didn't understand, but it didn't take long to understand the benefits of taking part in such a system. This was even more the case since there was no physical danger to the adventurer when using the simulation. Though it's not for certain to be safe in the long term for adventurers, especially their psychological health, her mother added after Claire had finished explaining. Taking a deep breath as she organized everything in her mind, her mother said, "I don't know how Abby will think about this, but I think it's important that Brooke and Candace are informed about this." Though she could see Abby becoming an adventurer, Claire didn't expect that her mother would suggest that Brooke and Candace become adventurers. "I thought you were against the idea." Sighing at Claire's words, "I'm against the idea of you, someone so young, to become an adventurer, but your sisters are adults." She shook her head. "I don't think you understand, Claire. When we learned that the modified humans had made it over the walls into where we were..." Her mother was silent, shoulders slightly trembling from the memory. "We can't let our family be in a situation where they can't defend themselves. Even if I don't like the idea of your sisters fighting against monsters and putting themselves in harm's way, it's looking to be something that'll be important. In order for us to not be in a position where we can't defend ourselves, I think it'll be important for us to become adventurers." "Mom, what are you saying?" Claire had a sense of dread building up inside of her. I'll be grabbing your sisters and heading after your father. Wait for us to come over. Not waiting for a response, her mother tapped on the screen to end the call. As Claire stared at the screen, she could only think, what in the world just happened?